Guys, Patreon. Patreon.com/Matthew Donald. Bonus content for both my shows, The Ritwit and Paleobites. This month we're talking about King Kong. Link is in the description. Thank you for your support. Have a good day. Efficiency. Isn't it great? Oh, it's King Kong 2005. The Peter Jackson one. Damn it, so much for efficiency.
Roar, growl, snarl, bellow.
Welcome to Paleobites, the podcast that has a boner for bones. My name's Matthew Donald, and each week I, in a rotating series of guest co-hosts, talk about and rate a genus of prehistoric animal, be it dinosaur, mammal, arthropod, and so on. This week I'm joined by friend of the show, Lexi Ryan.
Hi, I'm shocked at the joke you just made.
I was just like, I'm thinking of like puns.
So you want to know when my brother was 5, I think we've talked about, he was a dinosaur savant as well.
Yes.
Well, not a savant, but he was really into it. And when he was 5, he got this dinosaur and he named it Boner.
I mean, you wouldn't know. That's
you wouldn't know.
Innocently.
But, and I was like 9, so I was like, heh. But, it does make sense. Dinosaurs are a bony thing,
Yeah, exactly. Well, and it's like the fossils. Plus,
exactly.
like, that, one episode we did Concavenator, like, the one with the big weird hump at the back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you saw, but, like, in the description I put for the episode on like, where you see it, it's like, I describe it as a dinosaur with a raging stiffy on the wrong end.
Yeah. Jesus.
So...
No, I must have missed that. I love that.
Yeah. We can have some jokes like that. I honestly expect, like, kids can handle it. Like, most young kids aren't listening to podcasts. They're playing...
Do you still use the Velociraptor?
Oh, yeah. Like, just...
Amazing.
Then that's only just to get through the explicit tag on iTunes.
That's cool.
Yeah. God damn it, it's cool. No, that's actually probably gonna get through, so... That's cool.
Yep.
Alright, so... Okay, so that's the dinosaur-related question I'll ask you. If you could invent a swear word that dinosaurs would use...
Oh, I don't know. Is this in, like the word in English that they would use?
I'm thinking, like...
Or the sound they would make?
Rexit, or something, like T-Rexit, or something, I don't know, like...
That just makes me think of Brexit.
Oh, that's true. That is kind of a swear, isn't it? What I'm thinking of more is, like, a dinosaur-themed swear word.
Oh... Let's see.
Like, raptor, damn it, or something.
What?
I don't know.
That's just putting a dinosaur name in front of a swear.
The technical term for the tail spikes of a stegosaurus is a thagomizer. You could do something with that. This was a bad question.
I keep thinking about bones and just something there. There's something there, but I can't put it together.
This is a bad question. I have to come up with one of these on the spot. I've done over 100 episodes at this point.
That's impressive.
Like, the things I've asked people.
Something with bones.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a joke there, and I just don't have the mental ability to put it together.
Certain types of bones, like the wishbones.
Well, wishbone isn't a bad, that just makes me think of
a dog. What's the story? Wishbone. Do, 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 do.
Yeah.
No, I just think of wishbones because that's like a bone that only birds and thus subsequently dinosaurs have. So.
Maybe, like, you know what? Okay, you know what?
What? Yes.
I think I got it.
Yes.
You know what bone I've always thought was naughty?
Oh.
Coccyx.
Oh, yes, the coccyx.
I don't know if dinosaurs have coccyxes.
I would Google it, but I don't know how to spell coccyx. Actually, the plural's coccyges.
And you gotta make sure you Google, the right way of spelling.
Because
otherwise you could get some other results. if you just type in coccyx.
How do you spell coccyx?
I have no idea. My dirty mind thinks cock and six, but that's totally not right. I think it's EX? IX?
Is it XEX? That's
coccyx. It's hard to say, too.
How did dinosaurs have sex? This is the first time.
Well, interesting. That would have been the question you asked me. I would have said very loudly.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of roaring involved. Sorry, Mom. Actually, it's funny. That's one of the great mysteries of paleontology. We have no idea how Stegosaurus had sex.
Why that? Oh, because of the
backplates.
The spikes?
Yeah, the spikes in the backplate. Its backplates lined its entire back.
That's fascinating.
How did they do it?
One of the great mysteries of time. How did the Stegosaurus get off.
Maybe that's why they went extinct.
Maybe that they got is there record that they were extinct sooner?
It just lasted one generation, and like, well, dang it, we messed up.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I don't know.
Checks out.
Except there's a whole family of stegosaurs that all have similar sort of plates. Some of them even have spikes on the back rather than...
Maybe they were retractable.
That'd be cool.
Ding! Like Wolverine.
Nah, they can't.
That'd be really cool.
That would be cool. You know, they used to think that they could move, that those spikes.
I was going to say the Stegosaurus? Probably.
The back plates, they could, like, open and close.
That's crazy. You know, there's something... Maybe that's how they did it. Maybe they would open...
Well, we don't think they did that anymore.
Maybe we would open and... Oh, okay.
So, the prevailing theory is that the female lied down and the male kind of walked towards her. Like,
interesting. Write in or get
how do you think they did it?
Get in the comments. Is there a comment section? Do you have
these automatically get uploaded to YouTube. They get like 4 views on a good day.
Well, get in the comments. How do you think the Stegosaurus?
Yeah, it'd be
real answers only. Okay.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a comment on these YouTube videos of mine that's not like, see hot chicks at this. Like it's clearly a bot.
The bots these days are incredible, but yeah. Great. And also, coccyx. That's my answer to your question.
Coccyx.
It's a solid bone-related word that sounds kind of dirty.
Man, if only I knew how to Google it, because I would like to know if dinosaurs had it. I'm very curious.
We'll figure it out later.
Yes.
I don't think my answer is no, because they don't have booty. A dinosaur don't got no booty.
They got a pubis.
They got a... Okay, then that's the swear. Maybe that's the good swear.
The sacrum.
Pubis. What's a more likely sound the dinosaur would make, though? Like, let me try and say these as, like... That's good. Oh, that's good. Mine is like... I can't do it. It's like...
Caudal vertebrae.
Coccyx. I don't know.
I've said before, like, a T-Rex when roaring, it sounds like it's saying... Coccyx!
Oh, God.
Anyways. We're talking about a giant ground sloth, by the way. Nothing to do with any of this.
Speaking of coccyx, giant ground sloths.
Yeah, sure.
I'm very excited to talk about this.
Yes. So we're talking about this specifically because you were at the museum in Spastodia and you saw this. You sent me an Instagram story. I think it's 7 in the morning.
What was 2 hours later in DC? I was up and at 'em doing touristy things.
To be fair, I was up because I've been getting up early. This new pill I'm on means I'm getting a mild insomnia.
Yay, medication!
Yeah.
Woo!
But on the plus side, I'm a lot happier, so I'll take it.
Hey, you know, that's sometimes what the meds do. And
exactly.
It's all good.
But yes, so, you sent me the stories like, we gotta talk about this. I'm like, ask and you shall receive.
Yes, absolutely. So, but straight up, I looked at this thing, and I did not think it was a real thing.
Yes.
This thing was crazy tall.
Yes.
And looked... honestly frightening. Like, I'm picturing Sid from Ice Age.
Yes.
Times, like, 10
well, that's the thing.
In size. With the crazy, buggy, crazy eyes. He looks very different from an actual sloth.
Yes. Well, Sid is like, he's a sloth, but he's not a giant ground sloth. I mean, obviously he's bigger than a regular sloth.
Yeah.
But he's like man-sized.
I've seen videos of sloths, like, slowly eat carrots and vegetables. And, like, if those claws on this big guy, I can't even talk about it. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself.
We're talking about Eremotherium, or Eremotherium, sometimes I just wing it with these pronunciations. It means solitary beast. I can relate.
Oh, that's so sad. Not, I mean, for you, but also, like, is that why it's gone?
No, I mean... Well, you'll see how long it lasted. I don't know.
Let's see, yeah.
Okay, so type it as a megatherid, a group of giant ground sloths that could rival elephants in size.
That is nutso.
Size 20 feet / 6 meters long, 4 to 5 tons.
Wait, does Kristen Bell know about these? I don't know if you know, but
no, I know. I've actually mentioned her later.
Loves sloths.
Like, to the point where when she thought there was a sloth, she has, like, a sloth radar. I've heard that,
So
like,
I wonder if we gotta let her know. We gotta get her the info here.
Yeah. Diets. For the longest time, we thought the giant ground sloths were herbivores.
No.
But recent evidence, as in a couple weeks ago, and as of recording,
Shiza.
Recent evidence of the chemical components of the bones suggests that they were actually opportunistic omnivores. While they would have
opportunistic, interesting.
Like they would eat plants mainly, but if there was a corpse, like some carrion,
or other theory, if like I was there in an alive situation and they were holding on to me, they might freaking tear my head off. I mean,
also keep in mind they're a sloth. It takes a lot of energy to kill something. So, like, I don't know, they might not get you unless, you know, you're sick. or you trip over something. Maybe.
Yeah,
not.
in this situation, I would expect like it was holding me like it was my friend. So,
like
I
King
guess
Kong and his and
Yes.
and Andera.
But
right?
I don't want it to squish me. So
Yeah. Like,
I wonder, would it eat me though?
I mean, it might. I'm assuming by opportunistic omnivore, I'm assuming it means like if it finds some carrion, it's not going to say no.
Okay. I'm sorry. What word did you just say?
Carrion. You not know the word carrion?
Never heard of that.
It is another name for a corpse. It's meat,
Oh.
corpse meat.
Interesting. So that's a. But I wonder why it's called Big Lonely Thing, right? Or whatever. It
Solitary
was.
beast.
Yeah, you know, Big Lonely Thing, Solitary Beast.
Big lonely thing is the technical term for it. Yes. I don't know. Like, this was named... Okay, we'll get to when it was described, so maybe they thought it was different back then. Okay, so, time, early Pliocene to early Holocene.
Okay.
You probably have no idea what this means.
I don't know.
So, Holocene, by the way, might be the one... It depends on who you ask. It might be the one we are currently still in.
So this thing lived in the same Holocene as me?
Yeah, well,
Or
Holocene is
in
like...
the same era?
Epoch is kind of the term for it. Epoch.
Right, you've mentioned this before.
Yes, okay.
Epoch.
So 4.9 million to 11,000 years ago. So how recent is this? Archaeologists have found evidence of settlements in the city of Jericho dating back to 12,000 years ago. Yes, this prehistoric beast briefly lived around the same time as the first human cities.
Also, where's Jericho?
It's in the Middle East. It's in the Bible.
That was my guess,
Yeah.
but I wasn't sure.
It's the same
And
Jericho.
I'm asking the questions. The reader or the listener might be like,
Yeah,
what is this girl doing? She doesn't know anything.
It's not like... I grew up in a more religious household. Like, we're not really religious anymore. But the Jericho you've heard from the Bible, like the Joshua and the Battle of the Jericho and the walls
I
come
don't know
tumbling
about
down.
any of this.
Okay, well, anyways, it's the same Jericho. So
Okay.
if any...
It was not a religious gal.
I mean, I'm a wager most people who listen to this podcast aren't. So,
Yeah, because we like them dinos. We
Dinos.
like them science.
Yeah, like...
yeah,
as-
our dinos are BC, right?
yes,
yeah.
before Christ. Like, so
Jesus was a dinosaur. Did you know?
yes, I could believe that.
I mean, he was old. No,
You
just
know,
kidding.
well, most of the people nowadays, I'd wager that like believe in that stuff are just old dinosaurs. You know.
You know.
Yeah.
But we love them anyway.
Yeah, they're all right. Well, honestly, I knew, like, one of the reasons why I knew religion wasn't really going to be a thing for me, because, again, as someone who grew up religious, but also grew up with loving dinosaurs, I'd tell the kids at Sunday school, and they'd be like, oh, no, don't talk about dinosaurs.
This wasn't a thing.
Yeah, it's
It
either...
was a bush on fire.
It was that, or like,
That's all I
oh,
remember
they went
from
extinct
school.
because Noah didn't let them on the ark or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway,
Yeah.
believe what you believe, guys. Just don't force it on other people. Anyways.
I agree.
So, like, if you get full, like, emotional and spiritual fulfillment believing in religion, great. All the power to you.
Yeah, if it's not hurting anyone.
Just,
if
yeah,
it's
don't-
not hurting anyone.
Exactly. So, location all throughout North and South America. We found fossils in Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Brazil, Peru, and Ecuador. It was described in 1842, so back then I guess they thought sloth lonely. Maybe they found it all by itself.
Is it? Or are they just like this?
Actually, we think it was a social animal, so you're good.
You don't think it was? Or?
It was. We think it was.
Okay.
So,
They just did things slowly.
yes, I guess. Pop culture appearances. Ludia Inc. seems to love this, guys. All three of their mobile games in the Jurassic Park license, because they like their big mobile game company, and they do a lot of Jurassic Park stuff. They do Jurassic Park Builder, Jurassic World the game, and Jurassic World Alive. They all have this in this.
Okay.
And in fact, it's actually a pretty common sighting in Jurassic World Alive. You know Jurassic World Alive? It's Pokemon Go, but in the Jurassic Park license.
Oh, fun. Also sounds terrifying.
Yeah, no-
Just like, oh, walking down the street. There's a giant T-Rex in
Well,
my
not only
phone.
that, you can point your camera, like, and, like, the dinosaur, like, they CGI dinosaur to, like, walk around the environment through your camera. You can see it through your camera.
Yeah, for sure. Like Pokemon Go, right?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, but it's a pretty common sight in Jurassic World Alive. Go out there hunting dinosaurs, Pokemon Go style, and there's always one. There's always an
Neat.
Eremotherium just wandering around.
All right. Does it give you more points?
No, because it's a common beast, it gives you less points.
Well, I'd be friends with it.
Yeah. I mean, you can be friends
The
with
big lonely thing.
It's probably one of those games, like, you can collect one, then you collect another one, and you can merge them to make a bigger one, or whatever. I don't know. While land mammals aren't as big as dinosaurs, but sea mammals are way bigger, though, they can still get pretty dang big. What type of mammal do you think might have been the biggest? An elephant relative? Well, we talked about Paleoloxodon, that big elephant that could get big and then also little. Remember we talked about that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I talked about it because it was like an olifant. It was about the,
Yep.
what about a rhino relative? Eremotherium is one of the biggest land mammals ever. But what else is a contender for biggest land mammal ever? It's a sloth. Like, that's just weird to think about. Like, a sloth being up there with elephants and rhinos is the biggest land mammal
It would be like seeing like a house cat almost.
A house cat, but huge.
Just a giant, like Clifford.
Yeah, except a cat. You know, Clifford as a cat sounds way terrifying. As well as tree-dwelling sloths, prehistoric times also had the far more impressive ground sloths, which get plenty big, and Eremotherium was among the biggest of them all. Not quite the biggest. There was one called megatherid, which is the coolest thing. You know how
That does sound coolest.
You know how saurus is like the dinosaur suffix?
Yeah.
Therium is kind of like the mammal suffix.
Okay.
It means beast. Saurus means lizard. Therium means beast.
Okay, and these are all in the same family.
Yeah, well, they're all prehistoric mammals.
Okay.
So it was one of the biggest of them all. It used its long sloth claws to pull down branches of trees, and when it went on to reach higher trees, it could stand on its hind legs and reach up to like 20 or even like 25 feet.
You're kidding me.
No.
That's crazy.
Like, again, like...
This is like a Clifford.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I would ride it. Oh, that's great.
I feel like it would stink.
I would bathe it.
Although,
Like an elephant.
Although, to be fair, like, you know, sometimes I've seen people depict these things as, like, hairy, like a sloth.
I'm picturing Harry in my mind.
I often do, too, and I've seen it depicted that way. The thing is, though, if it was that big, it probably couldn't be. Especially if it was, like,
Really?
warm-blooded.
But mammoths were.
But mammoths were in the cold. This was in South America in the tropics.
I wasn't thinking about that.
Yeah,
So do you think it was like rhino skin type?
Yeah, that's what I'm
kind
thinking.
of?
Like, maybe little
That
hairs.
seems less... I don't want to cuddle with that
Yeah,
as much.
no, it's not as pretty cute, is it? No. Yeah.
The truth hurts.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of like how people felt when, like, whenever we found out that most dinosaurs couldn't roar, I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
Speaking of, the lady who I went to... The friend. The random
lady.
lady. The friend
The countess.
The friend who I went to the National Museum with in D.C. had no idea the dinosaurs had feathers.
Yeah.
And I told her, and she was like, this is nowhere in the exhibits. And I was like, yeah, it's a lie. It wasn't in the exhibits.
It isn't, but, like, I don't know, that's a recent development.
This thing, it just looked, especially in the picture you showed me of the game that you played on your phone,
Eremotherium, yeah.
that, it looks like, have you ever seen a picture of a buff kangaroo, like a kangaroo on its hinds, like, kind of looking, honestly, really terrifying.
No, kangaroos are terrifying.
Like, bulk, like, pure muscle.
Okay, so you said it was a solitary beast, but a discovery in Ecuador in 2020 found 22 animals ranging from adults to juveniles preserved together in marsh sediments. And the fact that they were all different ages suggests that this was a herd.
Interesting.
So, not solitary beast at all. Usually don't expect sloths to be social animals, but hey, it's always nice to have friends.
You know, yeah, of course.
Also,
especially when you're not super cute.
Apparently, a group of sloths is known as a bed.
Nice.
Yeah, a bed of sloths. That sounds
what
like
are a group of humans?
a Facebook.
No, but straight up, I wonder, like, there's a
crowd, I'm assuming.
A crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know, but, like, anyway, so, like a bed of sloths. That sounds like Kristen Bell's dream come true.
100%. Absolutely. You've seen the Ellen clip where she
Yes,
cries,
where
right?
she cried. Like, I'm just imagining her just, like, in a bed with sloths.
Oh my god, love it. She has to know about this giant one, though.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, I don't know if would that ruin it for her.
I don't know. She seems like someone who would love all sloths.
Yeah.
Especially if you didn't tell her, if you told her it still had fur.
Yeah. And
I
again,
think
it might
she'd be
have.
there.
We're assuming it
You just
doesn't
have to find some
of...
really cute pictures. It can't be like the muscular
Hold
kangaroo.
on, let's see. Here's a picture of it with fur. Like, kind of. It kind of looks like a bear.
That
there.
looks scary.
Yeah,
that looks like a rabid beaver.
Oh, here we go. This one has a more of a sloth-like face.
There you go. I mean, those are, I guess as long, you gotta just tell her it's
some of these are just
docile.
bears. Like, look at that. That's just a bear.
Yeah. I mean, it's very bear-like in some of these renderings, but...
Yeah. You know, sloths are, like, in the family of mammals. Like, they're called xenosaurids or something. They're them and anteaters, is it anteaters? Yeah, I think them, anteaters, and armadillos. Mm-hmm. They're all related, and that's weird to me.
Well, wait. Anteaters. Isn't that an aardvark?
So that's the thing. That's why I tripped over myself.
Exactly. Because I'm like, what
Aardvarks
was
and
Arthur?
anteaters
What was Arthur?
Arthur was an aardvark.
He was an anteater, though.
Aardvark.
He was an anteater, so it must be the same thing as an aardvark.
I don't think he was an anteater. I think it was an aardvark.
I feel like
There was that one episode where he had to spell aardvark, and he had that song. He's like AARDVARK.
I don't know that, but I do know the entire intro song.
And I say, hey.
This may or may not be related to Arthur.
Maybe. I don't know. Hold on. I'm going to look this up.
It may or may not run around wearing a yellow sweater. This was
and
circa
has
90s.
And
jeans.
it has a teddy bear face and no long nose.
And jeans.
Yeah.
Trust me, I was part of the Arthur club.
As someone who grew up without cable,
Like,
I watched a lot of Arthur.
I had the library. Like, I had the Arthur Official Club card.
Oh, that's so
I was
great.
part of, like, the Junior Scholastic, subscription.
Well, it's like, was it that like, having fun isn't hard when you've
got
a library card?
Yeah, 100%.
All right, aardvark. Are they related to anteaters? Okay, they are not related to anteaters.
Well, that clears that up. So this thing was not related to Arthur.
Aardvarks are Afrotheres, a clade which also includes elephants, manatees, and hyraxes.
But this isn't related to elephants. Okay.
Okay, I'm assuming an aardvark and an anteater, the reason they look alike is a thing called convergent evolution.
Well, also they got them weird tongues, right? Like
they're both meant to eat bugs, so like they're both like they have those long
protein.
Yeah, those.
It looks like a vacuum almost, like a wet vac, like. Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, this is related to that, but not Aardvark, not Arthur, unfortunately.
Now back to our original question. Do you think this? Do you think these big sloths, these big lonely guys, had a hard time having sex?
No, I think they had a pretty dang good time. Again,
just like the Stegosaurus, maybe, and it says they're lonely. Maybe the lonely name seems more apt for a Stegosaurus.
Yeah,
considering they can't cuddle.
That's true, they can't. I mean, they can kind of brush their sides against each other, but
that's not a cuddle, man. Who's gonna be Big Spoon? You can't spoon another Stegosaurus.
No, they could. They both have to go up on their hind legs and then walk towards each other.
A sloth looks like one of these big boys.
Yeah, could give you
definitely spoon another sloth.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, sloths love to hug.
Do they?
I mean, no, we love to hug sloths. The sloth probably hates it. I did learn recently that, because I was at the Denver Zoo somewhat recently. It was in that jungle sort of dome thing.
Fun fact, I've never been.
You've never been to the Denver Zoo?
I've been to zoo lights when it was dark and cold and all the animals were asleep.
Yeah, Denver Zoo's all right. The Cheyenne Mountain Zoo's better.
I'm from Chicago, so we had a real dope zoo. Brookfield Zoo,
Yeah, no, the Denver Zoo's
Okay, so you're at the exhibit with the...
Yeah, there were sloths. They were climbing above you. They were just
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, and I asked the tour guide who was... Well, not a tour guide, it was just a person who was there to answer questions.
Right.
I'm afraid they're ever going to poop on us. Apparently they don't. They go down...
Don't poop.
They go down to their place to poop. They never poop while...
They're like cats.
Yeah.
That's really freaking cool.
So
at least you can... The good news is, don't domesticate sloths, because I feel like you're not supposed to. But if you did... It sounds like they're pretty easy to potty train. Look at that
They would be. Again, it would take a while.
I don't know. It just
would just take them a while to get to the...
You can potty train a cat. I haven't seen it, but I mean...
No, I don't mean it'd take them a while to learn. They probably learn very quickly. I mean, it would
physically literally take them a long time
to just get over
there.
They slowly reach over.
Is that exaggerated, though? In the movies?
They're
in
pretty
Zootopia.
dang slow.
Truly.
Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder what that is. What the reasoning behind that is. I mean...
In fact, they're so slow... that they have moss growing on them.
You're kidding me.
No, in the wild, if you have to see sloths in the wild, they have to have green fur. It's because of the moss.
How do they stay alive? Wouldn't their hearts be so... I just imagine a sedentary creature being so unhealthy.
Well, one of the reasons why they're so slow is because they eat leaves and other stuff. That's not
because they don't get interesting.
Not very nutritious.
This is fascinating. I thought it was kind of exaggerated.
No, they're slow. They are very slow. Probably not as slow as in Zootopia, but they are very slow.
Ha! Ha ha!
But, yeah.
Ha ha!
I mean, to be fair, that one guy did drive a car real fast.
That's true.
Although I feel like if I was a sloth, I would want to drive a car real fast.
Yeah, by the way, if you've never Googled sloths eating vegetables, do it.
Yeah,
it is extremely... I'm not someone who likes a lot of cutesy YouTube videos, but that'll get me.
Yeah.
Cute.
Anyways, let's rate Eremotherium 1 out of 65 million.
Oh, hell yeah. This one... I want to say I'm going to give it a 55.
Oh, pretty good.
It's pretty good because it made me take a picture. I was so excited about this, I took a picture of it and sent it to you when I saw it originally.
You're like, Matt, we got to talk about this. And I'm like, here we are. Yep. Done.
so, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
He is a big boy. I'm probably going to give it a 45 million.
Okay.
Yeah, like, I think it's cool, but I don't know, I'm just not a mammal mammal, dinosaurs is where my heart's at.
It earns 5 million more if it is friends with me and, like, hugs me and picks me up and stuff.
Okay. But again, those claws, you have to be very careful.
And it lets me trim its claws.
Yeah.
Like my cat.
But then it can't, grab the branches.
I'll feed it.
Okay.
I'll
okay.
feed
Well, then
it,
I guess
and it picks me
It's
up.
very dependent on you.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right, yeah. Would you care if it's hairy or hairless? I'm assuming you'd want it hairy.
I want it hairy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to sink into that moss-covered fur.
Yeah.
I don't know if this had moss on it, but...
Yep. We can be friends, and I will bathe it.
Yeah. Nice. All right, well, that's it for...
Nice.
Nice. Bathe the giant sloth.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's it for this week. If you want to get a hold of the show, you can contact me at mattd@MatthewDonCreator.com or my social media at MatthewDonCreator on Facebook, at MatthewDon64 on Twitter, and MatthewDon64 on Instagram. Where can they find you?
I'm on the Instagram at
Yes.
LexiTate44, and that's pretty much it. But also, like, get at us in the comments about the Stegosaurus.
Yeah, I want to know.
And also, if dinosaurs have a coccyx.
Coccyx.
That's such a hard word.
I would.
Coccyx.
It'd be so easy to Google if I just knew how to spell it.
Go add us in the comments. How do you spell coccyx? Unless tonight I've completely made that up. I swear to God I didn't. I swear to God it's a real
coccyx
thing.
is a word.
Okay.
Like, I remember The Big Bang Theory or something where, like,
Yeah.
they, like, Raj invites them to go rollerblading. Like, right.
Yeah, he say something about bruising his coccyx.
Yeah, because like at first,
That's
they're
what I
like,
did.
yeah, like, Howard and Linda want to go, but then they immediately invite their girlfriends, and Raj, who's single, is like, I want to just have a fun night, and I hope you guys go, and like, you fall and bruise your coccyxes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
And then Shelton's like, the plural of coccyx is coccyges.
Coccyges. Well, let us know in the comments.
Also have a book series on Amazon, Megazoic, available for print and Kindle. No Eremotheriums, a bit after when the book takes place. But it's a pretty good book series, I think. I need to find a way to bring up my new book series. Now, the problem is I have it's not related to dinosaurs in any way, so I can't really advertise it here.
I mean, you can do whatever you want.
That just doesn't make any sense.
You can be like, hey, you like this book? I also got another one. Here's the name, Teslanauts. Check it out.
I mean, it's not out yet.
It's not out yet, but like...
hopefully next year. I really do hope it comes out next year, because it takes place in 1922. So
that'd be cool. 100 years ago.
100 years, exactly.
Both going 100 years ago.
God. That was the roaring 20s. Currently, we're in, like, the coughing and wheezing 20s,
Yeah,
I
sleeping.
think.
Yeah, sleeping. Yeah.
Sleeping. Anyways, all right. Well, that's it for this week. As we see at the end of every episode of Paleo Bites, what does this thing do?
I don't know what that was.
Out of all the noises I can imagine a sloth making, that would not be anywhere close to...
Coccyx. Coccyx. Pubis.
There we go. All right.